It's me and Dom today.
Hello.
Nintendo 64. We're gonna get straight into this because, in all honesty, Dom doesn't have a lot of memory on her phone. So we're going to do this as quickly but as informative as we can.
And we're also in a car.
We're in a car. We're in my new car. So if the
Problem.
camera falls over, it's Dom's fault.
We basically got this makeshift tripod
This is our
thing.
third location. But, we're going to go for it now before everything goes tits up again.
First question.
This is from my lovely friend Wayne, who I met online. But we've in fact met in real person. My lovely friend Wayne asked if you could take me and Dom out for a drink.
Yes.
Next time you're down, please take us out for a drink.
Yes.
We will have cider. But his serious question was, what anime character would you be and why?
Madoka from Madoka Magica, because she's cool as fuck.
I would be Hanji Zoe from Attack on Titan. I did her as a cosplay. And I just like her character because she's moody as shit like me, but she's a strong character and she wants to help the Titans, and she's really brainy because she's a science person.
A scientist.
A scientist. Next question. Lee. This was not my brother Lee, this was Lee Schofield.
Can you both give me your best what?
Best what? Best smile?
Maybe he wants the best hung.
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 Did he ask a serious one anywhere? No, he
No,
didn't.
he
That was
didn't.
it. My brother Lee asked what our views on the Brexit were.
I personally think that we should never have left the EU, but I don't want to go into that because this is not about politics.
We shouldn't have voted for Trump. My friend Rob, welcome to Arcadia Bay on Instagram. Best and worst thing about gaming currently?
Oh, this year has been shite, in my opinion, because there's been nothing good out, really. And the only good thing that's come out this year for me is Forza Horizon 3.
You like your driving games?
I love my driving games, I do.
For me, I don't think it was as disappointing, but that's because me and Dom have a completely different style of gaming. I am into Fallout, not that Dom isn't, but I play Dishonored and things like that, and Dishonored 2, although I haven't completed it, is what I expected it to be. It's a better version of Dishonored 1, the story is better, the characters are better, but it's just as fun. So I wasn't disappointed with that. The DLCs for Fallout 4 I wasn't disappointed by, and No Man's Sky I was incredibly disappointed by.
I think a lot of people were, because the day after I went into CEX and there was like millions of copies just traded in.
Yeah, I went in next day actually, and there were so many.
Yeah.
Like, people didn't even give it an hour. So many people got refunds on Steam and things. So.
It's insane. I think next year's going to be the better year.
Embrace Martian 87, Jace. If you both want to review the same game, do you do rock paper scissors, or is there another way, or do you use the best review?
We actually haven't come across this problem.
We don't have the same gaming styles and things.
I think if it did get to that point where we both wanted to review the same thing, we'd probably just do a joint review.
Yeah,
and we'd probably just
do a half and half thing.
Yeah, we both give our opinion on it, because we're not exactly going to fight about a game.
We could do a wet t-shirt competition or mud wrestling,
or I don't know, what's something that we would do, a dance off.
Yeah, we could do a dance off to Shakira She-Wolf.
We know all of the choreography to Single Ladies.
Get your votes in now. She-Wolf.
She-Wolf.
Or Single
Ladies.
Sack the I'm really sorry.
I'm not
on
even gonna
Instagram. Favourite game and why?
It is this year, isn't it? Or just...
I think it might have been written this year and I've just shortened it.
Okay, if it's this year, Forza Horizon 3, there's nothing else that I got excited for this year. That's literally it. And I'm actually still going through Forza Horizon 3, so it's given me a lot of hours.
Dishonored 2.
It's always going to be Dishonored 2. Always.
Because I waited for it for so long.
So long! Andrew asked, favourite game this year and why?
And what's
most anticipated.
Yeah.
For next year, I don't think we should answer the favourite games, we just did that. Definitely for me, it's Persona 5. I've been waiting for so long for it to come out. I can't wait. and it just got delayed again until April, so I've got to wait an even longer time. And Resident Evil 7, I'm excited for that. What about you?
Prey.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
31st of June.
Agony as well. That looks really
Oh, yeah,
good.
you wrote something about that on the
Yeah,
website.
Agony looks great.
Stephen.Froley, first started gaming and first game. I think it's kind of like it was my brother who did the gaming in the house, and I kind of just, as his annoying little sister, I just latched onto what he was doing.
Yeah.
I even still like the same music as he used to like when he was like sort of a teenager. So it was just like Sega, Sonic on the Sega Mega Drive, and then just jumped to the PS1 and then the 2. But yeah, I used to play a lot of his games on the PS1, like Tomb Raider and GTA London, things like that, and like little demo discs that we used to get. I don't know if they were in cereals or something. So.
Do you remember the one where you were like a ball and you had to like roll your way around and eat fruit?
I think I do actually. Yeah,
I've been thinking about that recently.
There was also this bunny that used to dance and do something, but I can't remember what it was called. It was part of the demo. Oh, and also I used to play Rayman.
Yeah.
I used to love Rayman.
I think my first game was, I think it was actually Tomb Raider 1 on the PlayStation 1. I remember playing this like athletics game, even though athletics ain't my thing at all. Yeah, I think I just got into it from there.
I think I used to play SSX snowboarding or something.
Yeah.
Like on PlayStation 1. I used to pretend I was interviewing the snowboarder.
What?
Like, it would do this thing at the end where you talk to the snowboarder because it was an Olympic sports event, and then I'd be like, so.
Alright, this is from my friend Ben. Is No Man's Sky worth it now there's been a huge update? I'm gonna leave that to you.
I'm literally updating it right now. It's going to take 108 minutes. To be precise.
To be exact.
I don't know if all that is available is just base building, but if the only thing they've included is base building, that's going to be a flop. Because even with Fallout, the Vault-Tec workshop with you being able to build your own vault was kind of not a flop, but it wasn't what people expected as such, and it kind of didn't have that broad horizon of vaults that you could do that people thought. So if that's going to be what they do with No Man's Sky and it's just base building, I don't think that's going to be huge, but I don't know. It could include all these lovely, wonderful things and changes.
It is like 2.2 gig or something.
Yeah, it's
like that.
It's pretty big.
Pretty big.
So I can't judge it until I've played it. So I will wait until then, and I will put a review up of my thoughts, probably tomorrow or the next day.
Okay. This is from your uncle, isn't it?
Yes. My Uncle Sean. Will there be a new Half-Life game? This is Dom's opinion.
Well, I was watching a video the other day about like sequels that have never come out or something like that, and everyone thinks that Gaben's got like a thing against the number 3 because he never releases a third anything, so probably not. I mean, if there was, it would probably be out by now.
He might make a sequel called Full Life. Dolphy.xo on Instagram said, what was your inspiration to start up Two Girls Gaming? You're both gorgeous, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dolphy.
I remember I started my own like blog and I just wasn't really getting into it, so I got hold of you at like 2 in the morning and I was like, hey, do you want to do a website with me? And then it just kind of kicked off from there, and we've been doing it ever since. And
it took about a week, and I think it was late August, and then I think it was
about September.
Yeah, beginning of September, we just put the blog live.
Yeah.
Went for it.
Yeah, we just kind of just did it, just went for it. And I think because we've known each other for so long, it helps a lot. Like, there's no like conflict, there's no like arguments or anything like that. It's just simple, kind of do as
Dom
you please.
helps me,
and yeah,
she does all the actual studying for law and journalism and all the complicated things. So
shorthand.
She helps me understand things.
But it's very hard, very, very hard to kind of keep it up with everything. But I would definitely say that if people wanted to do it, just to do it and learn from your mistakes.
If you've written one article or one blog post and it's something you want to do, it doesn't matter how long you've been doing it for, whether you're a professional or not a professional, do it.
There's no reason not to. I think our inspiration was kind of each other to do this, because we both wanted to get somewhere, and I think this has kind of got us off our asses, and we've actually done it. Tripwire. Do you plan on doing full Let's Plays on YouTube? If so, what games were you thinking of doing? If not, are there any games that you would have liked to do? I know I'm going to be doing like a corruption video pretty soon, but that's not going to be like a full Let's Play. There's no way I'm going through that full video with a corruptor on it, with like the character's neck stretching and
I'm
shit.
looking forward to this.
So, I don't know. I mean, if there's something that interests us enough, we probably would. But if it's a game like with you and Dishonored, I feel like you wouldn't get as much enjoyment out of it because you're constantly having to like talk over. It is quite a bit of a struggle when you're trying to concentrate and talk and keep things entertaining.
I think I did it with Fallout once on Twitch, and not a Let's Play, but I played Fallout whilst on Twitch, and I didn't talk. I was concentrating on doing my thing on the game, and it's one that I only had one viewer that dropped out, and it's because I wasn't entertaining enough. Because if it's a game that I'm actually trying to play, I'm not Markiplier and I'm not PewDiePie, I can't do two things at once. That's why I game when I'm usually home alone or have spare time, because I can't concentrate when I'm doing other things.
Yeah.
So I personally probably won't do Let's Play videos unless really short things like you've got 10 seconds and Moira and things like that. I'll do them, but not full length.
No, or if it's a game that you know really well anyway, like that you know like back
I mean, if I could go through a game for a second, third time on a Let's Play, that might be a bit different. Oliver Graham, earliest memory of gaming, as in what console, game, when, where, etc. A broad question.
Yeah, I was in my living room when I was younger, eating, you know, those spaghetti that you get in the shape of cartoon characters. I was just eating a bowl of that, and I think I was playing on like my dad's Sega. Can't remember what game it was, but then the first thing I ever kind of played was Tomb Raider back in the day on the PS1, and I just used to kind of go around our house, not like in person, like hey, but
it's tutorial levels. So you just used to go on, it was fun though.
And Gran Turismo, I used to play Gran Turismo a lot.
I was probably about 6 or 7, and it would have been Sonic on the Sega, but that wasn't something I played often, but I do remember the sounds of it really well. The actual game that I probably got into was Driver and GTA London, which I had on PlayStation 1 and a computer, and Tomb Raider, but I only used to do a house. I used to go on the first level with snow leopards. Yeah. And I used to freak out and stop and go back to the house.
Do you remember the time when we played Call of Duty together? That time we decided that we were going to play Call of Duty.
That was COD 4.
Yeah, it was really funny because Jet's really good at it, but I kind of flap. Like literally, I can't concentrate or like do anything. And I started singing Daniel Bedingfield, didn't I?
Well, I got to get through this.
Yeah, or like I can't even remember. No, it was I'm walking away.
Oh yeah, and you were doing it backwards, and you were like walking backwards. Yeah, we never used to take things like that seriously.
No.
The first 2 games I ever played on a PlayStation 2 and actually really got into at quite a young age was Prison Break the game, which I didn't even believe existed. I thought I made it up because it was so long ago. And then all the Medal of Honor games. I was pretty good at that because I really loved Pearl Harbor and Saving Private Ryan. So I used to play the Medal of Honor games quite frequently.
How old were you when you watched that? Saving Private Ryan?
Really young, probably about 8, maybe younger.
So there's you watching more stuff, and my mum sat me in front of Rocky Horror Picture Show. Like, you can watch this.
Erica Rutter, do you prefer retro or new games, and why?
I think they both have their pros and cons. I'm one of those people that don't personally think that graphics affects much of the gameplay. I feel like it has a kind of bit of an input, but not as much as people make out. So I feel like if you wanted to go back to a retro game, you could easily, but I don't know whether I could say that for someone that's like 14, because all they've grown up with is like new stuff.
I saw new graphics when I was already a man. Does that make sense? That's what people said. I didn't see a newly evolved Pokemon until I was a man. there's something people say, and it's about being a man. But yeah, it's the same for graphics.
Yeah. So I personally, I can't choose between them both. I like them both just as much. I honestly cannot choose.
I'm literally a bit stuck on that as well. It's both. I mean, Dishonored was a PS3 game, and it's the definitive edition was better graphics, but it wasn't.
No.
And if it was any worse graphics than it was on the definitive edition, then it was pretty freaking awful on the
Pretty
PS3.
dire.
So, but no, it didn't affect my gameplay at all. I absolutely love it.
I think if you really get into a game that much, you don't really care what it looks like in a way, because
Yeah.
you'll just play it for the story anyway.
I started replaying Assassin's Creed 2 on backwards compatibility the other day, and it didn't make a difference
No.
to how I played it.
No, you might think, oh, it looks a bit dull. Well, oh, it's a bit plain. But
Yeah, it was like a bit faded. It literally
Yeah.
looked like it had been in the sun for too long and just faded. Also, like, I'm going to go back to a question about fave games this year, and I said Fallout and Dishonored 2. I'm also going to go for Halo 5, and I know it's 2015, but this year I played through that and completed it, and it was actually one of the best Halo campaigns I've played apart from Reach, and I actually really enjoyed it.
I've got one to add in as well. Overwatch. I've got well into Overwatch at the minute.
PC.
But only on PC, yeah. I kind of don't panic if I do on PC. So I'm going to add that in there as well as Forza, because Overwatch
I
is
played
good.
Overwatch for about a month and I couldn't play it. I'm really bad at it. I think I killed 6 people in that month. That's how bad I am at it. So
that's all the questions.
yeah, we'll leave it there.
Yeah. We're really sorry if you put questions in and we haven't answered them, but we literally can't do them all.
And we are also sorry for all the edited cutouts in between. So there'll be bits where we're like, it's going to be a bit complicated, but we're
Yeah.
doing this on our phones until we get something to work better with, or more memory on our phones. But this is the best
iPhones.
quality we have at the moment, so
Yeah.
you're gonna have to make do.
Don't
And
complain.
we are absolute shambles of people.
We'll see you guys at some point. I don't know when you're putting a video up next. I don't know when I'm putting a video up next.
I showed Dom my Don't Laugh challenge that I didn't end up uploading. Oh my god, that should be part of a Don't Cringe challenge. It was awful, but no, you're
It was
not
so
seeing that,
funny.
so I'm going to record a new one. So you will see a Don't Laugh challenge from me very soon.
Yeah, you'll also see a Corruptor thing from me pretty soon. So,
Awesome.
thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye.